Hey, AfterBuzzers. Kevin Undergaro, the executive producer of AfterBuzz, along with Maria Menounos.
Hi, everybody.
And Maria and I, as you know, have put so much time and money into the AfterBuzz TV product and really haven't seen a lot in return.
Nope, not yet.
But one of the ways you guys can actually help us is by tuning into our new reality show, Chasing Maria Menounos. It premieres Tuesday, March 18th, 10 o'clock, 9 p.m. Central, and features me and Maria basically bickering, fighting.
No, it's not just bickering and fighting. You get an inside look into my life, behind the scenes.
You'll also get a behind-the-scenes look at AfterBuzz and an inside look at how Maria does everything in her power to shut us down because she's very cheap.
That is so rude. Why would you say that?
Because it's true.
Oh, my God.
Well, anyway, guys, please tune in to Chasing Maria Menounos on Oxygen, Tuesday, March 18th at 10 p.m. We really do appreciate it. All of your support will help AfterBuzz because Maria certainly won't.
So rude.
You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. Now, the largest new media platform on the web and your number one source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's The Game After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's The Game After Show.
Wait
for it, wait for it.
Oh, we have new music.
Yes.
We have new music. Last time we could bang and clap. Okay, hey, I'm so happy to be back.
Yay, welcome back, Sal. Welcome back. CB, you feeling it now, right?
I missed all of you guys.
Yay.
Last week I wasn't able to come, but I was able to watch online, and I seen all the bickering and the back and forth between you guys, and I was like, dang, I should be there.
Yeah.
It feels good to be
here
back.
to saying it out here, you know.
Or she just missed arguing with us.
Yes, I do.
Speaking of missing, we're missing Megan Scoop today. Shout out to her.
She is on a plane right now to Kentucky because I just saw it on her Instagram page. So, because obviously we verify everything on Instagram. So Megan, fly safely,
Yes.
and we're thinking about you.
Well, welcome to the after show for BET's The Game. This is season 7, episode 2, and we are back. I'm so happy to be in a new season to finally see what's going to happen. We've had a lot of predictions last time, and we're starting to see them come to life. I'm your host, Fallon Mercedes. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at FitWithFallon. And here's my lovely co-host who I miss, Mr. B. London. How are you?
UMass Connection. I'm doing great. You know, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Cultured Athlete, and check the website BrandonLondonTV.com. I don't do all those other social media websites. That's just too much to keep up with. I do Facebook a little bit, but that's just too much to keep up with. Tumblr and Pinterest.
It is a lot. That's why you
It's not hard for me to keep up with because I got like 6 followers per each one. So it's pretty easy for me. Not a lot of work.
What's up, everyone? I am Ashley Gray. Make sure that you follow me on Twitter at what is it? Hey, Ashley Gray, and on Instagram at Ashley Nina Marie Gray.
You forgot for a second.
You gotta match them up so they're all the same.
So they're all the
Exactly.
same.
I know, right?
Brand management.
Well, you know who doesn't forget?
Shade again already.
I know. We love you, Ashley. We do.
We do.
Especially, you can't see, but she's wearing the hottest Jordans right now. And they
Jays.
are the Jays.
I saw them earlier.
You did?
I said, yeah.
Exactly.
Look very perky in them.
Very much so.
Very perky.
Girls rock Jays better than boys do.
Okay, we got to keep it going.
sorry.
We got to keep it going. Where can they find you?
Well, I'm looking for my 7th follower, so if you want to go on to Twitter or Instagram, I'm at HeyKevinJohn. Also, my website is kevinjohn.com, or Facebook, Kevin John Peters.
Okay,
Sorry, Fallon.
now we could start fighting.
Yes.
Once we start talking about the topics. All right, so let's talk about Mr. Malik. We see him in this episode with a new lady. You know, he was trying to, oh yeah, that's true. We've seen him open up this episode by smacking some booty with his arm that doesn't really work. What'd you think of that?
I mean, that's dumb. Like, why would you Why would you do that?
And she's like, cut the check.
Because
Give me my check.
Maybe he's finding inspiration to move that arm. You know what I mean? And what better inspiration to move an arm than a gluteus maximus?
It was a reflex. He just got his reflex back when he's
Exactly.
seen, because he's used to seeing all that booty, and then he just,
What was that?
Come on now, Ashley, take it. That was how did they open up with the with the show? How did they open up with him slapping a butt?
I mean, personally, I didn't find it appealing. I think that it was kind of tacky, and it's just, come on. Why would you smack a girl's booty? I don't care if it's there. That doesn't mean smack it. If you smack my butt right now, I will be highly offended, and I will be cutting a check.
Okay, what if I rubbed it though?
No, don't
Okay,
touch me. I'm just saying I don't feel that it was tasteful.
Yeah.
But then again, it is Malik, and it's a character, so I get it.
Yeah, I get it. Now, in this episode, what is Tiki and his restaurant called?
Fatties?
Fatties. Okay, so that makes sense.
Where
All the
they also
girls-
serve burgers.
Yes, that makes sense. You have Hooters with boobs, so fatties, fat butts. So they have all the waitresses lined up, making sure they all have big butts. And then Malik, we catch him in the back of the restaurant with this fatty on top of him, and it was kind of like borderline too fatty. I was just like, okay, Malik, I see you don't discriminate.
That's that down south donkey right there. That's that badonka donkey right
Grits
there.
and eggs and all that good stuff.
Cream of wheat and freaking fried chitlins, booty. Yeah.
See,
Okay.
Now the arm motion was slapping the butt, though it was stupid because it's a sexual harassment charge waiting.
Mm-hmm.
That could have been good for the rotator cuff.
Yeah.
But trying to hold up the big girl.
I just don't think that
I
just don't think that it respects women, and in today's society, to show that on TV, to show it's just like so many stereotypes back to back. There's this athlete who is slapping these girls' booties. There's these black pretty girls that are loving to flaunt their booties. Like, it's just like too many stereotypes. I was a little bit disappointed because this is BET. I was hoping that they wouldn't have took it there, but they did. Whatever.
Ashley,
it's ratings.
I'm gonna have to 100% agree with you on that. I do agree as well. I mean, in one way, I can say, okay, it's the character. Malik, Malik is obviously a disgruntled athlete who's hurt. Yes, he just excites when he gets booty around him and when act in that manner. But then again, from your perspective, I understand as well. BET, it's BET, and there's enough misogyny that goes on in music video. I mean, just not on television shows, just in black everyday life, stereotypical stuff. And just for them to perpetuate that on this show, I do believe there's a certain line as well, because young people watch this.
And they're competing with the Love and Hip Hops, and this being a scripted sitcom. They have to get real, dramatic with the stuff and go overboard with it. So it's, kind of entertainment because it brings that, drama, that ratchet, like, she's smacking booty.
Brandon, you said you did not want any more ratchet this season.
I did not want, as a professional athlete, no, I don't want to see my fellow athletes going through stuff like that, making bonehead decisions like that, even since it's just a sitcom.
I think what Brandon said was kind of key on right before you said that. The fact is that they're competing with Love and Hip Hop, and the audience that BET is looking to attract, that's the kind of audience they want. They want that ratchet stuff, that misogyny, that the booty drop down fatty. That's the audience they're trying to attract. Now, we're all educated people up here, so that may not necessarily be our cup of tea. Yeah. But you got to realize the audience that does tune in, they probably like that.
Very true.
I personally feel like it's just, I knew he would do something like that. If he didn't do it, I would question his character. And I thought it was kind of a good way to tie in that he needed physical therapy. In the next scene, we do see him working his rotator cuff, and we see this.
Thanks for bringing it back, Fallon.
Yeah. We see this cute little personal trainer who was about probably my height, right? Our height.
Yeah.
And she went over to Malik and was just like, you shouldn't be using weights if you want to get back on the field. He mentioned, again, this is his character. He doesn't want to get back in the field. He just wants to be able to lift a girl yay high and do some things with her. But I like her. She's witty. She
you
came
like her
back.
'cause she's little.
She's little, and she's able to take him. She's like, honestly, you won't be lifting me up. I'm in a relationship, but I can help you. She was very professional, and she gave him a bet. give me, what was it, $1,000, and I'll have you back in shape and on the field within 5 months or so. So he took her up on it, and we see her in the next scene with a reformer machine, which is a Pilates machine, which, Brandon, you know a little bit about that, right?
Yeah, the 2012 season, I tore my meniscus, and I went and did like some Pilates type training for my physical therapy to build the muscles around my knee and all that. So they had me on the reformer doing all types of crazy exercises, and it was great for the core. So it's a new age of training when it comes to physical therapy, Pilates.
Yeah, and there's no weights on it either. So tell them out there, I'm a personal trainer as well, don't doubt those springs. When you're lifting your own weight and you have those springs on the reformer, it's a great workout.
Yeah, because you hear him say something like, that's a career-ending injury. She wants to try and get him back in 5 months. So to me, I'm like, what, is he going to shoot up on some type of steroid? Or he's going to go to Germany like Kobe did or something? Like, that's the only way you come back from something like that. But for the sake of the show, I guess they may have a deal with Pilates, some sort of Pilates or the reformer machine. Throw that in there for the PT.
Now, Brandon and I guess Fallon, you guys are professional trainers. You know all about the anatomy, the muscle structure, how they heal. Idealistically, how long would it take that particular injury to recover if they were going? They said 5 months on the show, but you're saying it would take a lot longer.
I don't even remember exactly what the injury was. I know it's his rotator cuff, but I can't remember if it was just torn or like how bad it was. You really don't know unless I'm not a physical therapist, I'm a trainer. So what I would do, sit down with the physical therapist, and they would tell me, and then I would come up with an exercise plan to help nurture that. But they would be the one doing all the work and massaging and seeing the real progress. So I wouldn't be able to determine that.
She used too many Greek words to describe the injury. I was lost. She was like, investments, mesmestadostis. I was like, where is that at in the body?
Meniscus tears your knee. I don't even remember what she said. I'll have to look it up. But I know there's if you put in hard work, you see a lot of miracles that happen.
5 months to come back to something season career ending.
But I'll tell you, I've seen
Kobe couldn't come back in 3 months from an Achilles.
I've seen football players who have broken ankles in like the beginning of the season and were able to jump in the game before the end of the season. Technology and not even.
Name your source, please. Name your source.
Ike Taylor.
Ike Taylor broke his ankle.
He broke his ankle, was it last season, and was able to come back before his last game.
But that's not career ending.
When you break an ankle?
That's not career ending. Career ending was what Peyton Manning went through. He was about to see his career
or what Bo Jackson went through. A hip.
That's okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. You know
not just season ending, but career ending. Okay, I'll give you that. But there's a lot of non-traditional, Easternized medicine, a lot of acupuncture. You'd be surprised what you can do tapping into herbal medicine. A lot of these injuries, they don't heal as properly because you're not going to physical therapy, you're not taking the proper medications, or you're eating unhealthy, or
Fallon breaking it down, but I think Malik just used it just so he can try to get old girl.
Fallon, you gotta go ahead and press that brand, Fallon.
Fitwithfallon.com.
Yeah. Promote it. Just saying.
Celebrities and athlete entertainment and fitness news.
One thing that I really did love about how they did a little switcheroo is at first.
I'm sorry, did you say you actually loved something about this episode?
Yes, I did.
Wow.
Well, because at first there was a man helping Malik, and he was like, trying to get him together, and then a woman, this little petite woman, comes over and takes charge and says, no, I'm going to work you out, I'm going to do this. And I love that because it shows that she's a boss. Like, women can, this little small petite woman can actually get this man in shape and get him back into the season. And I love that. It was very empowering. It was great.
You seeing the trend and the type of women who motivate Malik? His mom, think of her personality. Think of last week, Chardonnay, getting him up off the couch. And now this one, getting him to at least attempt a comeback.
Strong black women.
Strong. Okay. We can't go into the black and white thing because I think I caused some heat with saying the white girl.
Strong women, of course, yeah. And it goes back to how he was raised. If you were raised by a strong woman, and that's something that you really react to, then that's what you need. You end up with someone like your mom or like your father. So I here.
So we athletes don't care about how many Instagram followers you have, girl. We just love if you have a great personality.
Exactly.
As you comment about her body.
My bad.
Let's move on to Tasha, who also has a great body for an older woman, but it seems like her body might be changing.
Yeah.
And we're not talking about menopause. We're talking about a baby bump.
Wow.
We see Tasha in this episode go to the doctors, and I know some of y'all were predicting she's not really pregnant, but the doctor said, no, you are definitely pregnant. And she predicted that it was Rick's baby, it was 6 weeks, and he said, no, honey, you've been pregnant for 10 weeks. Now, she took it back 10 weeks, that would bring her to around Thanksgiving, where she was double dipping into different stuff, if you know what I mean. So now she doesn't know if it's Pookie's baby, or Ricky's baby, or who knows, maybe it's somebody else's baby.
I don't think it's necessarily embarrassing. Men do it all the time. So if she they do.
Whoa. So
I feel like it's a double standard.
It's definitely a double standard.
And it was only, it's not like she was sleeping around with 5 different guys. She had relationships with these guys. And even though she was wrong for being in a relationship with 2 guys at the same time, they were still in a relationship. It wasn't random people. This was someone that she thought she loved. Actually, both of them she thought that she loved. So it wasn't random sex. It was,
So you're promoting promiscuity.
Anything. What I'm doing is,
but we shouldn't be judging her as hardly. I feel like because she's a woman, she's a... I'm not going to say it.
We knew what she was going to say. We knew what she was going to say.
But let's think realistically. If men were able to get pregnant, y'all wouldn't know who you were pregnant by, please.
I do disagree. You can't speak. And see, that's the thing I'm going to say. You guys can't generalize all men.
Okay.
Not every man is like that. Okay.
No, you're right.
And there are a lot of men that actually do.
I can't.
There are a lot of men that I'm missing this transfer going on exchange. But there are a lot of men that actually do use protection, as women should use contraceptives and things of that sort. And for her just to sleep recklessly with 2 different people.
We don't know if it was recklessly because condoms break. So we don't know that part yet.
Okay,
we don't know if it was reckless or not. She could have been protecting herself.
Regardless.
If she was a faithful woman.
What's that Bible verse? Who cast the first stones without sin?
Yeah. And also, what's that Bible verse? That thou who sleeps with the woman, that woman becomes his wife. Were any of those Tasha's wife? Was Tasha married? Was Tasha married to any of those men?
Was she married to any of those men?
Huh?
Were those men married to her?
Absolutely not. But we'll admit that. We ain't sitting here trying to put them up on a pedestal.
I just feel like we all know her dirt. It come to life. But if it was Malik who was in this situation, we wouldn't even blink our eye at it.
And I totally agree with you. And just as much as you're putting fault on Tasha, you need to put fault on Rick and Pookie.
It takes 2 people to make a baby.
Pookie, I don't put fault on. He didn't know he was getting cheated on.
But according to him, you need to wife up a chick before you have sex with him. I can agree and disagree. I'm not saying I ain't gonna get into religion, but
I'm saying if you're gonna have premarital sex, I'm just saying do it responsibly. That's all that I'm saying.
They weren't doing it responsibly. We don't know.
They weren't. You just heard him say that she was going to Mr. Philippe's or Mr. Chow's getting a chicken satay one night.
Yeah,
going back in getting sticky with the chicken satay another night.
Condom.
Come on.
Like if she's a grown woman, if she chooses to have sex after she eat grub on some Mr. Chow's, then she can do that.
If she's reckless enough to go to the same restaurant with 2 different guys, she's reckless enough not to wear a condom.
Exactly. And sleep with both guys after them.
Why would she be wearing a Pookie if she's in a relationship?
Have you took Have you took 2 girls to the same restaurant that you love?
That I've never been in love before, so
no, the restaurant that you loved.
Yeah, I love that restaurant.
Boom, Mr. Chow.
Not back to back.
But he didn't go back to back and sleep with both of them either.
And have unprotected sex with both of them.
Thank you.
I'm not.
Hey, y'all pulled the first shot on that.
I'm not trying to judge Tasha. What I feel bad is that now this child is being conceived and she doesn't know who the father is. And, she's 40-something years old.
Yeah.
You had brought up I think it was your prediction. I don't want to spoil it, but if you want to say it, you can. Ashley made a good point. She was like, I wonder if she's going to keep it or if she's going to get an abortion. And I feel
I said that.
Oh, you said that. Oh, I'm sorry.
She was going to take it, too. She was just going to take it, too.
She did. Well, you know what? At the time, that didn't even cross my mind because I'm like, she already had a kid. Why would she even think of that? But, you know, she's 40-something years old. In her mind, she doesn't know who the father is. Is she going to be able to run around and keep up with a newborn? Does she even want to take after her child's already raised? Does she want? And these are real things that women go through. And I actually, you know, I haven't been impressed by the writing in, you know, this season so far. But this would be a great turn for the writing, like Blue getting, you know, roughed up and arrested. To me, it was unnecessary. This is real stuff that a lot of women can relate to, where they've had scared pregnancies, you know, or they don't know who the father is. Or
so Fallon, let me ask you, if you were in Tasha's position, what would you do?
And this is what I'm thinking of. If I'm 40-something years old, my son is raised. She already raised one baby alone. She doesn't know who the father is. She doesn't know who the father's, if the father's going to be there. You know, if you have I'm not saying I would, but those thoughts would cross it, because you got to think about the child too, you know?
Well, my thing is this, like, you were just talking about the writing and how, I guess you're saying it was less than superb. Now, the thing is if we speak the abortion route, you gotta understand, abortion is a real sensitive issue, especially in America these days. And I don't know if the writers would be. I'm not saying they wouldn't, but is that something that they would want to see the backlash
I think it's a real topic that a lot of people are not talking about. 1 in 3 women in America have abortions.
Well, one thing that
that's
I would
interesting.
kind of...
1 in 3. One in 3. That's a high. Yeah, you don't even know these things until you read up on it and you study these things, and it's just like a lot of women, they're going through this stuff and they're not talking about it. And I feel like a lot of times on TV shows, they'll bring up sensitive issues and talk about it because it needs to be talked about in the community.
That's a very good point.
One thing that I will say is that Tasha, she is old enough to know better, but I feel like she's not going to get an abortion, and if she does, I would look at her character completely different, only because you are 41 years old. You have the means to take care of a baby, and even if you do not want to take care of a baby, it's like you can give it to anybody. Like, you have so much money. There are people out there who are struggling, who have nothing, and still take their baby. So I feel like if she did have an abortion, it would be so completely selfish of her, but then again, that's in her character. She's a selfish person.
And that's where you're going to see her true colors. But, you know, she wasn't selfish as a child, and look at the blessing Malik was to her. So she might look at it that way, like, you know, I did it before, I can do it again, and this might be the missing piece that she hasn't been filled, because she's not completely happy.
And she'll be doing it with help now. It's not like she's some mother from West Oakland.
She has experience.
You know, experience. She has Malik, who we just said was... are they from Oakland? Isn't Malik from Richmond, California?
It's close, though, yeah.
So let me ask you guys this. Sorry to cut you off. This is important.
Throw one thing out there.
Go ahead.
She's not a single mother in Richmond. She has a son that's worth $34 million right now. Whoever the kid is,
$10,000 in his car.
He's gonna be
ashtray.
The kid's gonna be loved. The kid's gonna be loved. The kid's gonna grow up right. But that stress, maybe they won't go abortion. Maybe they'll do
miscarriage. That's what I'm thinking they're gonna have. Because that's an easy way to get rid of, you know, to write the baby out.
Okay.
Give me the stat.
Go ahead.
I don't know the stat for miscarriages. I'll look that one up, but I know it's a lot.
Especially at that age.
Yeah, especially at that age. Or there's a high percentage that the baby could come out mentally challenged.
Down syndrome or something.
Down syndrome, let me ask you guys this. Who do you predict the father is?
I predict, I'm going to just go bold with it and say... It's none of those two that we think it's gonna be. I think she had a fling or something. That would be. I think that would really be good, and just throw everybody for a shot.
But they didn't even hint it. You gotta at least hint that. Throw in some sort of hint.
There was no hint or inclination behind it, but I would not be shocked if there was a time when because remember she was abusing alcohol a lot last season and stuff, and there was just a random time that she forgot about or something, and would just
She was smoking 3 pounds of weed.
3 pounds of weed.
2 pounds of weed.
I'm just saying she could have had a situation. And you're right. There was nothing hinted at that, so it would be very tricky to throw that in there. But I would have put it past them.
But then again, they threw Blue getting arrested, getting an assault.
And speaking of going into, I know this is off topic, but going into Blue's character, who agrees that his character is totally like this is like a 360 this season?
360.
I'm like. Who is this guy? Why is he so mean? Why is he so angry? Why is he so like ill? I just can't take him this season.
Because
going through a rookie year, being a superstar as a rookie, that doesn't turn you into that. I think they're trying to make him into like a Dez Bryant type character.
But he was such a complete sweetheart last season. That's what made me fall in love with his character, because he was just so passionate about the sport. And he was passionate about his relationships and his friendships. And even though Kira kept messing up, he was still like, you know what? I can see in his eyes, like, I still love that girl.
that's what I was gonna say.
And, like,
Do you think
now it's like?
Do you think that Kira is part of the reason to blame? I mean, she's the reason he got arrested after all.
Yes.
So not that I know you don't want to blame another girl.
Oh, you
but
tried it.
I'm just saying.
Ask
do you
her,
think that Kira is to attribute to some of the detriments that's been happening to his character?
I feel like no person should have that much control over another human being to change your entire personality and your entire character.
Does she contribute?
She may have contributed to a certain extent. However, it is Blue's responsibility to be himself and be true to who he is.
Well, let's break it down from the jump, Ashley. Let's break it down from the jump. The night he met her, she kissed him on a publicity stunt. Ooh. Remember that?
Isn't that funny?
So we went ahead and we did that. Then he had to spend $75,000 on her for that for the auction or whatever. He had to give her $75,000.
So he's
a
bitter black man.
No, because she tried to outbid Angela. She tried to outbid
bitter.
Angela Simmons for Blue at the auction. So then he ended up giving her $75,000 coming up out of pocket. Now he's getting arrested. All this stuff. Now
so all of these different occurrences has made Blue bitter.
The girls ruined the boy's life. That's it. She's ruined the boy's life. I've seen guys who are so focused, who are great athletes, great football players, doing their thing, and as soon as they start going through some drama with their girls, with the baby mamas or whatever, the game slips. You have to put your all into this game. There's no half stepping.
No, I do. I agree. Yeah.
And she's holding him back. She's holding him back.
I agree.
Fallon, what do you think?
Come on, Fallon.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot. I'm sorry, Fallon. I'll let you think, but I'll just. Oh, go ahead.
Well, think about what exactly.
And what do you
blame Blue's downfall to? What do you attribute that to?
And keep in mind, you've been an athlete wifey, like
yeah.
What a wifey?
Wifey type. Yeah.
I would attribute to he's losing his distance with God. We seen him when he came in. He was very no, it's true.
Y'all are so religious.
But I'm serious.
Right
I'm being serious. We seen him more close to God. Even with the first character that he replaced, we seen a lot of them praying, and I see him partying. I see him doing all this stuff that's not of him. So I'm going to attribute that.
I'm in Team Chapel.
That's a good.
I can't hate.
I'm in Bible studies with athletes who are who go into the club and do stuff like that. We can't. Come on now. We can't use God and Jesus and people need
but what I'm
Jesus
saying is his heart. Just because you go to Bible study or you show up to church, I feel like his heart is changing, and that's where Ashley's saying she feels like he's becoming a different person, and I feel like maybe he is letting Kira and other things unfocus him, because before it was God and football, and now it's girls and the club and football.
So like Brandon said, it's the girl that influenced him negatively.
I agree that girls and guys can have a negative impact, a negative influence on you can make you lose focus. I agree.
Absolutely.
However, this complete flip, it's just unbelievable. And then even the flip with Kira, like Kira has become like clingy, like this clingy girlfriend or this clingy like want to be girlfriend. Like in the past season, I'm like, Kira was like strong and she was independent and she had like her career going for herself. So now I just don't see her as that type. That's just like you being like flipping and being like, oh my gosh, I was like, what? Foul? No, not her.
So Ashley, are you saying that you don't understand his character writing-wise, he's flipping so much, or as far as him on the show, you don't realize what the factors for him flipping are?
Both.
They're making him look like what the media tried to portray Richard Sherman. Okay, you went to Stanford, you're a smart kid, blah, 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 disciplined kid. But as soon as he went on that rant, now all of a sudden he's a thug or whatever like that. That's what they're trying to make Blue look. They're trying to get rid of that clean cut, I got the colonel. It was all about the colonel. I think they should have like eased
into it though. This was like very blunt.
Very blunt.
But I love his apology. I thought it was not a PR stunt. You didn't see no PR.
It sounded like it was
prepping him.
rehearsed.
No, to me it seemed very genuine.
I
like,
didn't think it was.
No,
I
because
thought it
the
was.
lawyer even said to him right before, she's like, "Okay, Blue, you ready? Okay." Like they had been practicing over what he
I
was
don't
going
know.
to say.
To me, I felt like that is really who he is. He's not this crazy character who has been acting out. I feel like he was apologetic, or maybe I'm just a sucker for.
A light's gonna click on. A light's gonna click on for him. But my beef is, why do we have to say I'm sorry? Why do we have to say I'm sorry?
You don't have
Athletes
to, but
always
it's-
have to say I'm sorry.
But you don't have to, but it's out of respect because
Because of the adoration
Yeah,
in public
like,
fans.
Come on
and
now.
the-
People admire their uncles. Their uncles get in trouble, get DUIs. People
And they are-
admire
Yeah,
their
but
people.
when
and
you
they do all
become
that.
an
But the only thing
athlete,
is they're not in
when
the
you
public
become
eye.
a celebrity,
I understand what you're saying.
There's a responsibility that you have. You know these little kids. It's different if you do something behind closed doors, but when something comes to
when
light,
you're in the public
But isn't
eye.
that who you are? Isn't
you-
that who you are? But just because you're behind a closed door, you can do some nasty, wild, freaky stuff, but you can't do it in the public eye. I don't get it.
No, but
That's
Brendan,
still who
I
you are.
completely understand what you're saying. I mean, obviously, you're saying that it's unfair that celebrities or athletes and things
That
of that
comes
sort,
with the territory.
They're held to that particular regard where they have to apologize. But you also have to realize that that's part of being a professional
Yeah,
athlete or a
people are
celebrity.
watching.
You're in the public eye. You have kids that look up to you.
Okay.
So therefore, you have to conduct yourself in
Okay.
ways that will be, respectful and beneficiary to your fans.
We can try and conduct ourselves in ways that
you're
are
gonna make
beneficial to-
mistakes.
People
That's
are gonna make
inevitable.
mistakes.
Yeah.
But why throw stones? Why try and just take somebody's name and just throw it through the mud because they messed up on maybe a smoking a weed charge or a DUI charge? It's something as stupid as a DUI.
Because you have media
or
people
whatever
that
like
have no better idea or no better
Hey,
job to
we're
do
media
except
people.
slander. Not
And
specific,
fans. And
but
fans. But
the
yeah, and
thing
fans
is-
that just want to slander. And Malik alluded to that earlier. He said something like, I forgot it was him or someone else, and he was like, "You got to realize these people will pump you up when you're doing good, but the higher you go up, they're just waiting for you to fall, waiting for you to slip, and that's what happens."
But the thing is that you know your career and the limitations, what you can lose your job over. So when you violate, you can get cut off a team for a DUI. So then you're letting down your fans
Yeah.
because then you can't play. So I agree that apology is needed. If you do something in your home that doesn't affect your career, then you shouldn't have to apologize.
But how much do fans really do love the athlete, love athletes,
Exactly.
Like if I know a lot of people who be like, oh, this guy got a DUI, but he goes out and he balls out on the field 2-3 touchdowns. They're not thinking about no DUI. Mm-hmm. So why should they care about these, the mishaps off the field or whatever? You're there to see the product on the field. What we do in our personal lives or something like that, it's none of your business.
I agree, but if it affects your job on the field, then that's where the apology is needed. If you have this little kid who you're his favorite athlete and now you're not playing anymore, don't you feel bad? Like,
Brendan,
this little boy looked up to you.
I completely feel you in what you're saying. I support you actually, but this is kind of what I'm looking at. There's a fine line between your public image and your performance on the field. And sometimes you as an athlete, you just want to worry about your performance on the field. Public image, you want to be able to do whatever you want, however you want to do it, without facing repercussions. But the unfortunate thing is, because of the fact that you're a high-profile athlete, those two are going to run in together in unison with one another. So there's no getting around it. So when you do mess up, unfortunately, you have to apologize.
No, I see it, and I'm gonna play the game within
He's not
the game.
apologizing.
Yeah,
He
no,
ain't let
he's
it
not-
down.
no,
This is how he feels.
Yeah, if I'm first round draft picked or something, just think of the endorsements and stuff that he's getting or he's about to lose out on. I'm apologizing with the bow tie.
Exactly. I'm sorry.
Think of people like Kobe Bryant and Tiger Woods when they went through their scandals and how that affected their endorsements, their fans.
Yeah.
They had to come out and do press conferences and apologize.
But let's be honest, we're thinking more off the fact that it's affecting our endorsements than it is some of the fans out there.
Well, it affects everyone. The fans, the endorsements, your image, your integrity, everything is affected by that. So you know, it's neither here nor there.
Am I a
guys-
bad person?
you-
You guys think I'm a bad person?
No, not at all.
No.
Brandon, I think you're a good guy.
We love you. We love you. Okay.
More football players should be like you.
100. Thank you.
You guys out there watching, sorry to cut you off.
No,
I'm
go
cutting
ahead.
everybody off. We wanted you to weigh in out there. What do you think about, Tasha? Who do you think she's pregnant by? Do you think she's going to keep the baby, not keep the baby? What do you think about Blue apologizing? Do you think it was sincere, not sincere? Do you think he should have apologized? Do you think he shouldn't? We want to know what you guys think because we have so much to say about all these
Obviously.
topics. And Kevin, what did you have to say?
This is completely off the topic of what we were talking about, but I think it's time to move on from that. And this is very small from this particular episode, but I just didn't understand the meaning behind it. Okay, so the trainer apparently is in a lesbian relationship with another woman. Okay, nothing wrong with that. All right. But I didn't understand what the purpose was of showing her sexual orientation because I thought that they were going to revisit that later in the episode or something. So even if it was a man that she was with, I just didn't see the reason for why it was important for her sexual orientation to be shown. I don't know.
The drama of her being Malik's physical therapist is not enough. Him falling in love with her, trying to get a lesbian, I see there's some sort of drama with that, You can throw that into the storyline. Him trying to, she's strong, she's cute, a little petite.
This
but
will be
she's
the
cute,
first
but
woman that he can't have because she doesn't
he's
want
gonna
him.
get her.
But
Maybe
He's
she's
gonna get her.
bisexual.
That makes
I
her
don't
want
think.
some more.
See, to me, I feel like she's more bisexual than actual.
What
like,
made you say that?
Because just in her.
She seemed very feminine in a manner.
Her demeanor.
but-
I feel like there is no. I don't want to play into any stereotypes, but to me personally, I didn't feel that she was. I am dating a woman. I feel like it's I'm bi. Like to me, I felt like she is attracted to Malik. To me, I think that she
did kind of come off flirtatious to him. Yeah,
Yeah, a
I
little
agree.
bit. And I don't know if that was part of the game.
Yeah.
Like, okay, well, I know how Malik is, so let me, because,
She's a businesswoman.
I
Yeah.
hope that she stands her ground, that she's about her business, that she rehabs Malik, and this is the first woman that really isn't trying to use him or get with him and get his money.
Time out. She is trying to use him, and she made
wants
that
him
very
to-
clear.
Yes.
Yeah,
She
but
said that
she's
she's
not
trying to
u-
use him to pump her brand up.
But that's not using, that's business. There's difference. These girls, that girl
Well-
that was in his house, she was using him.
Oh, the perky
Which-
girl.
The perky girl.
She wasn't
The
using
perky
him.
girl.
She was aiding him. There's a
Okay,
difference. She
before
was
we,
Enabling
aiding.
him.
before we get into the perky girl, make sure that you guys go to
I think
iTunes.
in a way-
Make sure you guys go to iTunes, rate, comment, and share. Give us 5 stars. Tell us all about your thoughts. Was the perky girl using Malik? Was she not?
She was aiding.
I don't know. We don't
Aiding,
know.
yeah.
And also,
Yeah.
you need to tell them about chasing.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say that at the end, but right now, since you set it up perfectly, why not? So as we all know, AfterBuzz TV
I
is
love
sponsored, funded, founded by the phenomenal Renaissance woman, Maria Menounos. And like I said, she's a Renaissance woman. She literally does everything. She's a host. She's a WWE fighter. She was a dancer on Dancing with the Stars. She has a million hats. So you can watch all the things that she does and how she gets them done behind the scenes on watching Chasing Maria Menounos.
Say her last name again?
Maria Eminem, and Menounos. Sí, porque Maria Menounos. Muy bien, muy bonita. So if you tune in on martes, what is it? Martes.
You don't have to say it in Spanish
She's
because
Greek.
she's Greek.
Tuesday. Oh, she's
So,
Greek. I knew
yeah.
that. With a name like Menounos. Yeah, she's Greek. Menounos is a Greek
That's
name,
okay.
right?
Yeah.
All right.
Bring it on back to the
So,
show.
anyways, Maria, I love you if you're watching this, by the way. All right, but it premieres March 18th, Tuesday, 10 o'clock. Please tune in. Please support her and just see how this phenomenal woman does it all. And maybe you can figure out the pronunciation of her last name, too, if you watch. So.
And you also might see some familiar faces.
Ooh. Okay, let's talk about predictions.
Can we get some theme music?
There we go. All right.
Now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Oh, snap.
Why is this?
You never noticed the lights?
lights
That's why I
off.
go like this. Woo.
It's like a ghost
All
kind of
right,
thing.
so this is the obvious predictions, but if you've seen the previews for next episode, we see Miss Kelly Pitts returns.
And who was predicting that all season last time? It
that was me. I remember that.
I was hoping she would come back. I wasn't sure, but yeah, Kelly's back. So we're gonna see a little Chardonnay and her go back and forth. I wonder how Jason feels about it. What else do you guys predict?
I predict that Chardonnay and Kelly are going to get into a little scuffle. Because you know Chardonnay, even though she's trying to class up her act, she's still
Ghetto.
Ghetto. She's hood.
Working at TJ Maxx.
Okay, so what's wrong with working at TJ Maxx?
No, there's nothing wrong with
You
it.
see that?
I just thought it was funny how they were going back and forth with the jobs that they've had.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden she's just this, athlete's wife, and now she's she's ready for a VH1 reality show.
Well, she's taking the right route to get there.
Taking
so.
the right route to get there.
Yeah. That's my prediction.
My prediction: Blue is gonna drop Kira. He's gonna focus up. This like turned the light on for him, and now he's about to have a great season. That second season, the second and third season is when first round wide receivers usually come along, unless it's like Randy Moss or one of those guys. But he's about to have a phenomenal season, all because he dropped the baggage. Dropped the baggage.
Oh.
Well, my prediction is.
So bitter. That sound bitter?
No.
All right.
I love this love affair going on here.
No.
My prediction is that Malik is actually not going to drop baggage, but is actually going to pick up baggage. I think there is going to be a woman that comes into his life.
Not the trainer?
Not the trainer. Like a romantic interest, I think, that's going to come into his life. And for the good, though, not to negatively influence him like most women that we talked about earlier, but that's actually going to come into his life, be a positive influence on him. And because I think he's someone that kind of needs some direction as well right now. And I know that's his character, but I just see a woman coming into his life.
Yeah.
A romantic interest.
Don't we love y'all women?
I predict Tasha is not going to tell Pookie or Rick until she figures out what she is going to do with her pregnancy.
Exactly. I agree. What she is going to do, I don't know. I'm thinking miscarriage. That's just what I'm thinking.
That's what I was
think
thinking.
she should just just write it out. Keep the baby. I don't care.
We shall see. You guys at home, let us know what your predictions are on YouTube, on iTunes. You can tweet at us. You can find me at Fit with Fallon on Twitter and Instagram.
You can find me at Cultured Athlete and the website BrandonLondonTV.com.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at HeyAshleyGray or on my website www.ashleyratchetgray.com.
Oh!
No, you put Ashley's not ratchet. She's ghetto. That's what you wrote on the board.
All right, everyone. You can find me on Twitter at HeyAshleyGray and on Instagram at Ashley Nina Marie Gray.
We love you, Ashley. You're not ratchet or
You're
ghetto.
so perky.
You're perky.
Whatever, Brandon.
We'll see you guys next time.
And I love the Jordans.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.